2015 was a magnificent year in the world of photography, and these are 10 magnificent things that happened. Yes indeedy, this is a video about big things that happened in 2015 in the world of photography, starting off with this one. Now 2015 started off with us looking at two products which were hangovers from 2014.
The former was kind of the same as before, different bits of plastic added.
Oh, dials. New dials. Yeah, good dials. Well done, Sony. You've just reinvented the wheel.
One improved feature, IBS. No, not IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome. In-body stabilization. In theory, good for video, but the video quality was poor, just like the acting in our trailer. For some reason, Asuka looked like he was doing a bit of mid-air masturbating. The latter was kind of the same as before, different bits of plastic added.
You've got this little knob dialy thing here. Squeaky. Added mouse sound effects. Probably need some lubricant.
One improved feature, faster burst. Well, two, improved autofocus.
I'm over here, by the way, just in case you didn't notice.
So yes, both had upped their game in the plastic department, but by the end of the year both had enjoyed various levels of success. Now that sounds like a really crap idea on how to make it big in Hollywood, but we are talking about cameras.
Canon released a couple of DSLRs that packed a megapixel punch. Shame the model in the video didn't pack a very good punch. Sony released a 4K shooting compact that was good for sticking to the front of a car, along with the A7R II, which had a shitload of megapixels, steady shot and a better autofocus system, and it seems like the AF was a bit of a breast man. An A7S II, which was good for making a drummer from the White Stripes come out of your TV.
But it also made people ponder whether one should buy a Canon or buy a Sony. Even the companies themselves seem to be involved in some kind of tech tit for tat, announcing new technological advancements that didn't really actually mean anything.
It was one hell of a year for Sony. They were seemingly on a mission to destroy everything in sight. High resolution DSLRs, boom! 4K shooting mirrorless cameras, oh! Cameras with IS, bosh!
Sony put everything into their cameras, everything including the kitchen sink. In fact, the kitchen sink will be a new feature of the A7R III, which is coming out in a few minutes. And that is the annoying thing. I mean, I can understand the fact that gadgets will never be appreciating assets, but at least give me some time to at least know how to use the bloody menu system on this full-frame camera before you make it obsolete, god damn it. In 2014, Sony released the Sony A7, the world's most expensive hipster camera for mounting Leica lenses. Oh no, wait a minute, that's the Leica M9P Hermes edition. But anyway, the A7 was flawed in that it didn't do anything better than the DSLR. That is until they released the A7S. But then this year they released the A7R II, and that changed everything. I mean, if you think about it, the comparison makes more sense than Canon versus Nikon, because that's DSLR versus DSLR, like for like, same versus same. Whereas Canon versus Sony is Canon versus something potentially more useful, something potentially better, something different. Also the fact that Nikon sucked major ass in 2015.
2015 wasn't a great year for Nikon, or Nikon.
Throughout 2015 there was a steady flow of new products from both Canon and Sony, but for Nikon it was more like stagnant water. Nothing came out. D7200, D5500, the J5. We had to even invent one for April Fools, the D5, which they actually announced they were making later in the year, and then later there were leaked photos of it with a Sigma lens on. Mind blown everywhere. But interestingly, it seems like Nikon will be releasing some cool stuff in 2016. And when I say cool stuff, I don't mean DF kind of cool, because that was shit.
The D500 has a 10fps burst, 79 raw image buffer depth and 4K video, and a Key Mission 360, which, if you haven't read the CES 2016 news report, is a website for followers of God. Nikon users still have some reasons to be cheerful. Besides, Canon weren't exactly coming up with many original new products.
And it seems like Canon were trying to break Hollywood because they were just releasing lazy sequel after lazy sequel after lazy sequel. Same shit, but recycled.
But they released a gem of a lens in 11 to 14mm f4L. I must add that it wasn't made of any gems, but it is an amazing lens. Pricey though, so not many people own it. So no point dwelling on it. Talking about things people will never own.
The Pentax full-frame DSLR started off as a rumour, later confirmed by Ricoh Pentax, and then throughout the year they released various titillating teasers of the product. So yes, in 2015, Pentax were teasers. Teasers to all 6 Pentax DSLR users out there. This was the year when drones really took off. And for quadcopters, the sky really was the limit. Oh my god, this is brilliant. Oh yeah, I mean quite literally everybody was playing them. They even let me test one out.
And even Amazon are probably going to start delivering shit with them too. Trouble is, with more drones about, more people flying them, that means there's a higher chance that you'll hear about a drone-related accident. Some of it you might say is karma. Some drones are just shit at skiing.
I mean, it's all good and well known that you can still prepare your dinner with a DJI if your blender decides to conk out. But sadly, some were unfortunate to find out that drones can have a blending effect on flesh too. Who would have thought that a couple of years ago 4K would be pushing out 1080? Well, maybe Philip Bloom, that's why he was looking so smug in that advert. In everything in 2015, I mean everything apart from the C word. And when I mean C word, I mean Canon, not cunt, because that would be rude. 4K is great and here to stay. That is until they release 8K. But for now, the highly detailed images from the 4K video is good enough for most people to take highly detailed videos of the cat licking their ass. Cameras didn't come in just dull black boxes like this one. They came in all shapes and sizes. They looked like self-pleasuring devices and they had 360-degree lenses on them.
Cameras were either put into your phone, attached to a shaft thing, they were even put into a shaft thing that vibrates which you could FaceTime.
Brilliant.
And 360 cameras.
I'm sure there's some employees out there who have their heads permanently planted up their boss's backside, right up there. But now, with the new developments in technology, you don't need to do that. You just simply plant a device up there and then you FaceTime, and then you've got your head virtually up your employee's backside. Amazing. I mean, 360 has the potential to be the next 3D, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Overhyped and underwhelming gimmick that makes people think that what they're seeing in front of them is actually happening. Oh no, there's a truck coming at me. Oh dear. Oh.
I mean, 3D made people look like a visually impaired person trying to play dodgeball.
Oh no. Oh yes, this is it. Just like that.
Watching something in 360 will probably make you look just as daft.
I like that. Don't touch the face. Oh, it's coming at me. Oh, if you could just do it a bit more vigorously. Oh yes. Oh, let me look for some cupping action. 2 girls in a cup. Look away. Look over there. Look at the wall. That's nice wallpaper. Yes, I like that.
As Picasso once said, good artist copy, great artist steal, which means there was plenty of good art coming from China in 2015.
In 2015, Yongruo pumped out the good stuff, producing it in China and then releasing it in their boutique store in Hong Kong, where you can also buy some dried seahorse and some reindeer cock. That's the official Yongruo store.
Flash, 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 penis, fungus, deer cock.
I smashed one apart to see what's inside. Didn't serve to prove much, but only to confirm that they weren't great pieces of art. Plasticky, poorly constructed lenses. But that simply means that they're just faithful replicas of the original then.
Mirrorless has been around for quite some time already, but it's mainly been used for taking selfies. In 2015, the game has been upped. Performance really improved. I mean, these things are like almost DSLR-like. Whatever that means. But anyway, this year is going to be exciting. Is it going to be the year of the DSLR or the mirrorless? Who knows? All we know is that 2016 is going to be a bloody good one.